Hello there, Rabbi. And as we speak on this bright and sunny day, the early bombardment of Passover has begun. People are starting to ask, are you coming? Are you not coming? What are you going to bring? Where are you going to go? Are you seeing that too?
Yes, and I think your word bombardment really sets the image or the picture. It reminds me before an invasion, you send in the artillery and the bombs to soften up the, but that's what they say, to before the actual invasion. And we're watching, or the tide coming in, the first waves. And that's what I'm seeing this week. Nothing specific per se, but let me remind you, Passover is coming, and we're going to have a special session next week, or we're going to be emailing you the elements of the Seder, but nothing's come out yet. Everything is this preliminary to start making us meshugadach, to start making us crazy about something that we shouldn't be crazy about. And, you know, these people may mean well, but the reality is, it just makes Passover more stressful. It takes away from the spirituality, and it makes it much more mechanical. And I don't enjoy the articles or the directions or everyone telling me what I should be doing. And I'm not allowed to do certain things, or I have to start thinking about what I won't be able to do and the things I should be doing. It's worse than when I was a teenager and I got my driver's license and I had to memorize the rule book so I could get my pass the test.
What about if you've been doing it one way all your life and you want to hang on to those traditions, like the song?
That's really a tough question because none of us like change. We want to do things the way they've always been done. And then we have this incorrect imagination. We think of nostalgia, which is truly false. We want to create the Seder of our childhood. However, if I would actually show you what the Seder looked like, you wouldn't want it. So misty waters cloud my memory of the way things were. And we do that with the Passover Seder. We want to reconstruct something, a Disney version, our imagined version. And not only can't it be done, it shouldn't be done. And none of us want that. And it's not spiritually satisfying. It actually ends up destroying the holiday.
And I saw a TV show not long ago where the stress of trying to recreate in exact detail all the specifics of a holiday just drove stress throughout the family to the point where somebody drove a car through the living room wall. Um, so I understand what you're saying, but isn't this where do we draw the line? Where is the point where we've left so much out that it's no longer a Passover Seder?
Joe, I think that's worthy of a whole session because that can't be done. You cannot take so much out that it's not a Passover Seder. Now, maybe if you decide to go to a fast food place, you go to Wendy's or McDonald's or Burger King, or you go to Subway, um, uh, but put aside that extreme silliness or foolishness. And we really should talk about minimums, if you will, or what we want, but we need to get away from everyone who is hounding us, browbeating us, inundating us. And then we buy into it because we have the fantasy that this is going to be the Passover Seder. And we add to the fantasy, the children are going to love it. It's going to reinforce their Judaism. And it won't. And we're deluding ourselves. What we want to do is have a Seder.
Well, I know what I want to keep doing and focus on, and that's this conversation. I think it's worth continuing. Wish me luck. I'm thinking of pitching shrimp lo mein for the Passover dinner. Meanwhile, if you're still watching this channel, please hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps us out a lot.
So for those listening and those watching, Next week, we'll talk about minimums or what constitutes a say, to be more specific. But what I want all of us to do is think spiritually. The holiday celebrates freedom. It celebrates freedom of expression. It celebrates choice. And we don't want to be so overwhelmed by what everyone tells us we have to do and what we can't do that we lose the spirituality. Let's connect with the one, with God, and let's celebrate freedom in 2 weeks.